in my water. It's delicious, but I don't want toxic products on my mint. So enter Sunday. I was trying to find a product for my garden and my herb garden and my yard that was non-toxic, and it was really hard. And finally, I found Sunday. I learned that the American yard has some of the highest concentrates of pesticides, okay? Gross. My dogs are in the yard. My kids and I are grounding outside. We love the yard. There's 5 times more pesticides used per acre on lawns compared to industrial farms. This is so wild that there's this many toxic chemicals in our own backyard. So I took this into my own hands. I went on Sunday and I got all the different things. And then I went and had this long conversation with our landscaper and our gardener. And I was like, I really want to try to do this. And it was not intimidating at all. It was so easy. And what I found is that Sunday uses some really great ingredients. They use soy protein, beet juice extract, seaweed, and molasses. They're super transparent and everything is bio-based formulas. Sunday believes in better ingredients, better results, and better backyards for people, pets, and the planet. Sunday is available at Target, Walmart, and Lowe's stores nationwide. Use code SKINNY20 for 20% off your custom lawn plan on getsunday.com.
Let me say one thing and then I'll answer
Please.
that. I think for most people, there's this term in Latin that I think is really powerful. It's called sonum bonum, and it's the greatest good. And so I think one thing that people need to do is they need to think about their life in light of eternity. So there's a study many years ago, you guys have heard of it before. It's called the marshmallow study that determines success, right? So they had kids set up and they said, hey, if you wait, then you'll get 2 marshmallows. If you eat it now, you'll just get 1. And the kids that waited for the 2 marshmallows were much, much more successible later on in life because they were putting off immediate gratification and thinking more long-term.
We need to do that to our kids.
Yeah.
Sounds, I don't
Anybody eat those marshmallows?
And you guys are true in this because I've talked to you enough and aware enough of your business is that you guys are more long-term thinkers. You've got a roadmap of saying we want to do this in 1 year, this in 5 years, this in the long term. And, but what's the longest of long-term? Well, it's your entire life at the end, and it's also eternity. There's this quote by C.S. Lewis where he essentially says, I'll sum him up, and he says, the people that do the most in this life are the people that think most about the next life. The Mother Teresa's, the Martin Luther King Jr.'s, the St. Francis of Assisi's, the St. Augustine's, those people. And so all that being said, I think that's one place that would start. Like for myself, I really believe that my purpose, there's 3 main things I really try and focus on. I could even say 4. One is love God, have a deep connection to God. Number 2, love other people. That means willing the good of the other. I'm going to sacrifice myself in order to benefit others, even if it means I don't feel like I'm going to win in the short term. I'm called to make this planet a paradise, take the original calling of taking the Garden of Eden and making the entire earth a garden. And I am blessed to be able to practice that with some regenerative agriculture stuff I'm able to do. But there's a lot of ways people could do that. And the other thing is it's mentor others, really help mentor others to their best life possible. So those are the things I really focus on. And so in terms of my spiritual practice, I'm not trying to store for myself just treasures here. It's really more focused on eternity. And I think the big focus is on not just what I accomplish here, but who I become. And so I really focus on trying to grow in my character and taking what my unique talents are and multiplying those. There's a parable in the Bible, and God is known as the master in this parable. And then he says he gives one person 1 talent, 1 2, and 1 5. And talents are money in that exact context, but also we could see it as our own gifts. So your guys' ability to communicate and educate and lead. And so what it says there is that the person with the 1 talent buried it, just wasted their talents. And then God says, you evil and wicked servant. And there's punishment for that. The person with 2, they went and doubled it. They grew. They got better and better at that thing. God says, well done, good and faithful servant. And the person with 5, he doubled it and he gave him even more. My point there is like, I'm very focused on those things I shared, along with saying, I want to maximize my character, becoming more like Jesus, Mother Teresa, MLK, these people, and taking my unique talent to the absolute max. Think about Michelangelo. He took his talent to the highest level possible where people are